What's up, everybody? Weston here with the Hidden Gibbon on episode 10, recording tonight, trying to get as much done before I have to leave for the holidays as possible so I'm not stressing. So without further ado, let's get into Etrata, the Silencer, and this is a viewer request. So who is Etrata the Silencer? She's a 3/5 for 2 generic, and Demir, who says Etrata the Silencer can't be blocked, and whenever she deals combat damage to a player, exile target creature that player controls and put a hit counter on that card. That player loses the game if they own 3 or more exiled cards with hit counters on them, and then Etrata's owner shuffles Etrata into their library. So we're obviously going to try to get a lot of hit counters on things. Surprisingly, when I was looking on Scryfall, there are more than just one card that do this. So let's get into how we're going to do it, right? This is a medium budget, I would say, at $403.76. We have ourselves Edric, Mathematical Genius. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control. You may choose new targets. So when you connect with your Etrata, you copy it, right? So that way you get 2. We have Auton Soldier. When it enters the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield, except it's not legendary, and is an artifact in addition to its other types, and has Myriad. So you can have this come in as your Etrata and then get 1 swing, and that will net you a ton of hit countered things. Chameleon, he's a clone. Clone your Etrata, or clone one of your other things that does hit counters. Clever Impersonator, you may have him enter the battlefield as a copy of any non-land permanent on the battlefield. Evil Twin enters the battlefield as a copy of a creature, except it gains black and blue, destroy target creature with the same name. We have Ezio, Blade of Vengeance. Death Touch, and whenever an assassin you control deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. We have Go-Go, Master of Mimicry. That's double X. Copy target activated or triggered ability you control X times. So like say you connect with Etrata and you have Go-Go out there. If you pay 6, it will copy the triggered ability 3 times, which will then, stack upon itself and just kill someone out, right? This ability can't be copied, and X can't be 0. We have Mary the Killing Quill. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, exile it with a hit counter on it. That's pretty simple. Assassins, mercenaries, and rogues you control have Death Touch, and whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, you may remove a hit counter from a card that player owns in exile. If you do, draw a card and create 2 treasure tokens. Spoiler, don't do that. Just hit them and then kill them with the Etrata ability. Then we have Massacre Girl. We all know what Massacre Girl does. Phyrexian Metamorph is a clone. Then we have Ramses, Assassin Lord. He has Death Touch. Other assassins you control have get +1/+1. And whenever a player loses the game, if they were attacked this turn by an assassin you controlled, you win the game. Just a nice little win con. We have Ravenloft Adventurer. When it enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. And then if a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead and put a hit counter on it. Whenever Ravenloft Adventurer attacks, if you completed a dungeon, defending player loses 1 life for each card they own in exile with a hit counter on them. Then we have Roaming Throne, doubles our triggers. We have Sakashima of 1,000 Faces. This card is $33. Enters the battlefield as a copy of another creature you control, except has Sakashima of 1,000 Faces other abilities, and the legend rule does not apply to permanents you control. Also has Partner if you ever wanted to run this as a commander. Then we have Sakashima the Imposter, the original Saviors of Kamigawa one. It's a 3/1 for 4. It enters the battlefield. You may choose a creature in play. If you do, Sakashima comes into play as a copy of that creature, except its name is still Sakashima the Imposter, and it's still legendary. It gains 2 generic and 2 blue. Return Sakashima to its owner's hand. Then we have Silent Hall Creeper. It can't be blocked. It can clone some stuff. It draws you a card. Spark Double, also a clone with non-legendary. And then we have Vizier of Many Faces. For our sorceries, we do have quite a few nice little kill spells. We do have some tutors, which I don't run a lot of tutors in my decks, but, we do have a couple in here. But for removal, we've got Blasphemous Edict. We've got ourselves a Fel. We have a Toxic Deluge. Then we have Diabolic Tutor, search up for a card in case your Etrata does get shuffled into your library. Same with Ring Sight. Search your library for a card that shares a color with a legendary creature you control. We have Ironicus File Duplication. Create a token, except it's not legendary. Nanogen Convergence. All creatures become a copy of it until end of turn, except they're not legendary. Quantum Misentanglement creates a copy, but not legendary. Reanimate brings something back. Replication Teachings. Demonstrate, create a token that's a copy. Rite of Replication. Sign in Blood. And we already said Toxic Deluge. Then we have ourselves our instance, right? So we have Counter Squall, which is counter target non-creature spell. Its controller loses 2 life. We have Curfew from Urza's Saga, which is each player chooses a creature he or she controls and returns it to their owner's hand. So what you're going to do is Etrata trigger on the stack. You're going to return her to your hand, so it exiles the thing with a hit counter, but she doesn't get shuffled in. Got Dark Ritual in here. We got Doomblade in here for some removal. Go for the Throat. Infernal Grasp. Murder. All of those are good removal, along with Rapid Hybridization and Pungify. We do have Perplex in here. Counter target spell unless its unless its controller discards his or her hand. You know, I like this card. It also transmutes, which is good because that can also get you Etrata. We have Reality Ripple. Target artifact, creature, or land phases out. Do this to Etrata to prevent her from being shuffled in. Rescue. Return target permanent to its owner's hand. And Saw in Half. For artifacts, we are running Arcane Signet, Demir's Signet, and Soul Ring in here because we are going to need some mana, as well as Dowsing Dagger. Since our stuff can't be blocked, and it's a free, like, Lotus Veil, may as well. We have Blade of Selves for some Myriad. Fire Shrieker in here for the double strike. We have Helm of the Host, and we have Lightning Greaves and Swiftfoot Boots to protect our Etrata. Then we are running Mirror Box. Legend rule doesn't apply to permanents you control. Each legendary creature you control gets +1/+1, and each non-token creature you control gets +1/+1 for each other creature you control with the same name. We have Mirror Gallery, which is more expensive and less good. It's a 5-drop that just says the legend rule does not apply. Soul Ring, like I said, is already in here. Strionic Resonator, copy that trigger on that Etrata. And then we have Vorpal Sword in case we want to do something that way, which is equipped creature gets +2/+0 and Death Touch. And then you can pay a bajillion mana, and until end of turn, it gains whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game. It also equips for double black. For our enchantments, we have As Foretold. Let's play some stuff for free as we go. Rooftop Bypass. Whenever one or more non-token creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a 1/1 black assassin creature token with Menace. Candlekeep Sage. So commanders have when they enter or leave the battlefield, draw a card. Coastal Piracy. Whenever a creature you control deals combat damage to an opponent, you may draw a card. And Extravagant Replication, because I love this card, which is at the beginning of your upkeep, create a token that's a copy of another target non-land permanent you control. For lands, we're running 38. We have Rogue's Passage, Access Tunnel, right? I did not put Secret Tunnel in here, although you could probably get away with it with the amount of assassins. Dimir Aqueduct, Choked, you know, just a pretty basic land package. We do have War Room to draw some cards. But yeah, let me know what you think of this list. It was fun getting to do this. I own an Etrata, and I've never really thought about trying to make her work, but you know, I might have to try it. It seems pretty fun. But as always, I am Weston with the Hidden Gibbon. If you want to see your commander be made into a commander deck tech, drop it in the comments down below, and I will get it done, just not during the week of Christmas or probably the week after. But I hope you all have a wonderful day.